Is everybody in?
Before we get started,
Everybody in?
does anyone want to get out?
Everybody.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows
Ceremony
things
is
are bad.
about to
It's a
begin.
depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. We know the air is unfit to breathe. Our food is unfit to eat. We don't go out anymore. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. There's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my... I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. At first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Go.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Good evening. Testing, testing. Sana may audio. Hopefully malinis yung audio. Hindi ko pa na-check. Wait lang. One moment. In time. Sound check. Sound check. Good day, Sir Nimuel, wherever you are. I hope you are doing well. Ayun, may audio. May audio nga. Meron. Ayun. Meron. Okay, docs. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Hopefully, it won't take too long. This will just be one of those short messages. We'll see. We'll try to find out if we have enough time. But as the title goes, we're just talking about authenticity. Why authenticity? Does it really matter in a world of fake news? Is it necessary? Should we still even bother to be authentic? Does it pay off in the long run? What's the value of being authentic, of being honest? Does it really matter? These are a few things. Hopefully, we will be able to answer or lead to possible answers because it's never going to be the same for each and every one. So again, as a disclaimer, I want to just tell you, if you're going to be watching this now or tomorrow or whenever, I don't ever claim to be an expert. This is just me and my opinion, whatever pops in my head after trying to at least find some semblance of sense about a particular topic. This is just me. I can be corrected. You can tell me you're talking out of your ass, you don't know what you're saying. If you're willing to sit down and have that conversation, then please send me a message, let me know. Let's have a conversation about it. It's okay, Sir Nimuel. Okay lang. Pwede naman i-replay. So enough of the disclosure. That part of the program has passed. So authenticity. I'd like to put it in terms of a painting or an artwork, a piece of art. When we see something as beautiful as, let's say, an art that captures our attention, that captures our emotion, that evokes a reaction from us in whatever form it may be, it's usually because of its authenticity, its purity, its honesty, not necessarily its perfection. Most of the time, if it looks too perfect, then seems fake, seems mechanical in some way. Um, when we when we view a particular painting, sometimes we don't see the imperfections. We don't bother with the imperfections. We simply focus on the subject of that art. If let's say it's a sculpture, if it's a painting, a dance, if if not music, of course, it evokes so many layers of. Thank you for listening, sir. Daddy Dens. Good evening. So whenever we whenever we have these things that captures our attention, that gives this visceral feeling, that elicits this visceral feeling from us, it's because of its honesty most of the time. The pure product of passion, consistency, and dedication is made real from the mind, from the imagination of the artist. It becomes something tangible in whatever form it takes. Even lyrics of a song, or poetry, or a novel, a sonnet, even a haiku can live eternal in the hearts and minds of men if it's true, if it's authentic, if it's real, flaws and all. So for me, this gives us one of the voices of authenticity. It's passion. It's pouring your heart, your soul, your whole being into one thing, pushing beyond whatever it is that may be trying to hinder you to move forward. Of course, it may take some time before it's recognized for its beauty. It took a long time, an ear from Van Gogh, even him taking his life and then living in poverty, living in his woeful pain before his real beauty was unearthed, before it was appreciated. So with your passion comes your patience, your dedication to your craft, whatever it may be that you would choose to pursue. I sincerely hope that there is that one thing you're good at. You can be a jack of all trades, yes, that's a given, but there should be something you're good at, like one thing that you're a master of. Hopefully there is one. Hopefully. So next, the next voice of authenticity would be that consistency following your dedication, your passion, your consistency, and your dedication. If you really have it in your heart, in your soul, and it shouts from the very bottom of your being, then you have to be dedicated to it. You have to give it all to it. And all these three voices would also be the way to see through a counterfeit. I don't know since I'm not part of law enforcement, but if you are, please let me know. Maybe you can send me a list of the process of determining a fake painting. Let's start with that. If the brush strokes are not consistent with the other paintings of the same artist, because usually an artist would have that particular signature, that consistent brush stroke, or his irregular brush stroke is his consistency, like Jackson Pollock. People would know it is a Jackson Pollock, even if it to a layman it's simply splatters of paint. But to someone who really understand it, they can see it in one way or the other. So your consistency will see through. Your consistency will show. The passion will also be a way for you to see through a counterfeit, because there will always be provenance of masterpieces of art. There's always a record of meticulous records of every original work of art. Unless otherwise, it's one of those rare pieces of art that was never recorded, but I don't think so. There will always be a record of it in one way or the other. So these are certain things that see through everything. The next, of course, your dedication. Same way. It's the dedication of those people that follow you, that listen to you, that takes heed of the message in your chosen art form, in whatever form it is. So these are certain things that we really can't deny. However you try to hide it, if you're simply pretending to be the artist, or you're pretending to be an artist, or wanting to be an artist, that authenticity will see through. Your passion would not be there. Your dedication would not be there. Your your original signature is not there. You're simply copying, pasting, putting your own little touch on on something someone has already done. So that's a forgery. It's it's not art, man. Don't call yourself an artist if you're just a forger. Or maybe the forger is also an artist. I don't know. Let me know in the comments or please reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. We'll find out, right? So we can also, since we're holding on, or we're stepping on paintings, the authenticity of the painting will see through the layers, right? I mean, it's one of the ways they check for provenance of a painting. They check the layers of the paint, whatever was painted beneath it or sketched beneath it. It will see through regardless. We have the technology, they can x-ray it and shit. So whatever you do, someone will always see through the layers of your bullshit. Regardless, there's always that expert out there. So if you're simply lying, if you're simply bullshitting your way through life, maybe you'll succeed up to a point where someone sees through your bullshit and calls it too bad. You might lose everything that you have worked so hard for, right? Just like every art forger falls to prison in the end. So every appraiser will have a way, will have a means of finding that out, right? So how would you identify yourself? How would you build your painting, your artwork, your masterpiece? I am not I'm not saying that you have to paint or whatever, you have to write or whatever. It could simply be anything that you are passionate about, that you really want to give your entirety to. It's it's an honor and a privilege to be in the presence of someone who is truly passionate about something. It it comes out of them like an aura of something different. That what sets them apart from everyone else. That's why they're either iconoclasts, innovators, or they are simply legends of their own time. It's because they push through the boundaries of what? They push through boundaries put forward either by their own self or by the society they're living in or the people around them. So there's nothing wrong with breaking boundaries in all of that. But of course, again, there's a positive and a negative to everything. So just be aware of all these. If you're going to break a rule, make sure you understand it so you can get away with it. So I think that's enough. We may have enough. I hope that made some sense. I hope in one way or the other, an idea forming in your mind about what authenticity could be, how the light touches of the brush can be seen by a careful eye. With whatever subtle touch you have put on anything that you have done, it will always be ever present to everything that you do. It shows through anything and everything. With every product that you put forth, if there is no heart in it, if there is no passion in it, people will see it. People will see through it. And it's not always that simple thing. It's not always that little thing that people will not understand or people will not see with what you do. People, of course, will try to pull you down, bring you down, will have negative comments in everything that you do. You can choose to listen to them or you can choose to pursue it, take it as a positive. Because again, like I always say, there's always two things to everything. There's a positive to a negative and a negative to a positive. And if you are really passionate and dedicated to your craft, then you will pay attention to the voices of your detractors. They're very important voices. Criticism is very, very critical. That's why it's criticism. It helps you see through someone else's eye. It shows you their imperfections, their insecurities, and everything else that they wish they can do that you do. So you can do it better. Just be very careful of taking too much of their voice. Sometimes, sometimes you will have to walk alone. You will have to walk alone. You will have to follow your own path or create your own path. That's why you become an iconoclast. That's why you become a legend. And that's how you are born and that's how you are made. By going where no one else has gone before. So, today is September 13, Tuesday. We started 9 o'clock. It's 9:24. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. If not, this will be it. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for spending your time of watching. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So if there are no questions, thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful and safe rest of your day. Hopefully tomorrow is a brighter day for you, your family, and everyone that you care about. Thank you very much to Sir Nimuel, Daddy Dens, Sir Warren DG, JM, good evening. Thank you very much for watching. Tungsten, thank you very much. Pest Vlog PH, thank you very much for watching. Thank you. I really appreciate your time and the effort that you put in listening to my nonsense. Thank you very much. To everyone who is watching from Facebook and YouTube, thank you very much. So there, if there's no question, thank you very much. Have a wonderful and safe rest of your day and your evening. As always, please remember, life is about making choices. Choose to be real. Choose to exist in reality, in both heart, mind, and your soul. May you experience life in all of its glory, in its pure, visceral form. Life is not going to be easy. Life is never going to be easy. It will be full of struggle. But then again, there are moments of grace. There are going to be moments of priceless bliss that you will never experience anywhere else but through living life authentically. If you can transcend beyond the bullshit of everything else, if you can transcend beyond the manipulation, if you can transcend beyond the lies, if you can go through that wilderness of mirrors and take the time to walk through the desert of sorrow, climb the mountain of anguish and suffering, you will see that breaking of the dawn that no one else will ever see because they're not willing to sacrifice. They're not willing to go beyond their self imposed limitation. You are probably the most unique individual in the world. Relish it. The world will never be the same without you. Whatever struggle, whatever pain, whatever it is that you perceive to be hindering you or preventing you from moving forward, achieving your goal. Just imagine yourself swimming against the tide so that you can reach the promised land. It's not going to be easy. Nothing easy is worth it. Remember that. Just keep moving forward. Just keep fighting. And I sincerely hope, I sincerely hope. Thank you for watching, Coach Ricky. I sincerely hope that you will not put so little of a value to yourself, to your character, as money or anything of less value. I know it sounds cliche. I know it sounds baduy in one word, in one way or the other. But that's the truth. The world is not revolving around money. There are far more important things. There are far more valuable things. Be one of them. Be priceless, like the art that you can create. Choose to be priceless. You're the only one that will put a price to yourself. You can choose to be bought by money, by likes, by follows, by subscribers, or whatever it is that will be a price to your character. I hope you choose wisely. I hope, I sincerely hope that you choose wisely of how much and by what you can be bought with, what price you put on yourself. I sincerely hope. So there. Ah, there's, I don't know, there's a lot more to say, but I feel that could be a conversation for another day. It could be something to talk about another day. So we'll see. But as parting words, again, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for spending your time. And again, life is about making choices. I hope you choose wisely with the price you will be bought with. I hope it's not cheap enough. I hope, good evening, Sir Alvin. Good evening. I hope that, see you soon, sir. See you soon. I hope that you choose the smile of your children, the loving embrace and love of your wife, and the company of true friends as opposed to something mere material things that are irrelevant in the long run. Maybe we'll talk about pride at some point. Maybe we'll see. Because to me, pride is very important. Self pride, self honor. Of course, there's also negatives of it, but you have to be proud of something. And if there's something you should be proud of, that should be yourself and your character. But not too much. Just enough to know, just enough so that you are confident in everything that you do and anywhere that you go and with anyone you speak. So maybe next time we'll talk about that. So again, have a wonderful and safe rest of your evening.
Is everybody in?
Before we get started,
Everybody in?
does anyone want to get out?
Everybody.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows
Ceremony
things
is
are
about
bad.
to
It's a
begin.
depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. We know the air is unfit to breathe. Our food is unfit to eat. You don't go out anymore. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. There's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my... I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. At first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Here we go.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.